Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, West Indie Collection. If you are new to my channel, welcome babes. I'm glad to have you here. So in this video, your girl will be doing an end of the year Q&A. I'm excited about this. So let's just hop right into it. I have a lot of great questions, but I'm not gonna answer probably every single one. And if I do mention one, I may answer a simple yes or no, or I'm just not gonna answer. So let's just hop right into it. Show your girl some love. Like this video, hit the push notifications, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get this video to at least 100 likes, and your girl's on her way to 10K subscribers. Alright, let's get started. What's the biggest lesson you learned this year? Wow. But before I get into that, I just want to say this year to me, I feel went by kind of fast. I had to literally go through my gallery towards the beginning of the year to just get a timeline in my head of everything that kind of happened this year, and it kind of went by fast for real, you know. I feel when you're focused on something within that something that's coming up in the next months, it kind of makes the year go by faster because you're so focused on that particular thing. But yeah, I feel this year went by kind of fast. So one of the biggest lessons I feel I've learned this year was literally just being more mindful and careful of what I'm choose to share of my life. This was honestly a lesson I've learned because I haven't been in a situation like this before, to where I feel people, you know, have bad intentions and dislike me and things like that, or just jealousy, just miserable, haters. And I just feel they had came at me in ways where they tried to expose me, I guess, make up lies about me, bring my family in the mix, just to paint a bad image about me, and just overall trying to do things trying to get my kids taken away from me, little just evil things like that. And it made me just realize wow, let me think about what I was showing to make them want to do these things or talk about these things. But it just told me that I was just too open with showing certain things in my life in real time, if that makes sense. Even though it's just clips, it's I was just being too real, I guess, and everybody can have opinions on it, you know what I mean, and they try to use things against you when your intentions is pure, this, that, and the third. But it's people will paint a narrative about you. So that's something that I had to thought wow, I gotta be protective and more careful in that way, because there are people that will try to attack you and use things against you for whatever reason that they may have, just because they don't like you or they're jealous of you. So that was one thing that I've honestly learned this year, and I'm thankful that I've learned that lesson, because that just shows me, it just kind of opened my mind up, that this is a whole nother side of the world of how people can be, if that makes sense. And like I said, I wouldn't have known this until it had happened to me, and this was the first time, but within this year, that I have experienced something like this, So I'm so thankful, honestly, that I even had to learn that lesson. You don't have to show everything, or just be careful, be mindful, because you never know that there are just evil people out there, because it's nothing wrong about being kind of open, wanting to share things about your life, but you just have to understand not everybody is cool people, and everybody is genuine people, not everybody have your best interests at heart. So it kind of gave me an eye opener, if that makes sense. So I'm thankful for that lesson. What's one thing you wish you handled differently? I'll say not feed it into the negativity. I know there's times I may want to get my point across, defend myself, but come on, I don't really have to do that. These are, at the end of the day, are strangers. People just watching me because I'm a content creator, and they're just trying to just have, they're obviously in my business because of me being a content creator, but at the same time, it does come with negativity. And so there have been times where I would speak on it, you know, entertain it, and I don't have to do that. And so I feel like that's something that I could have handled differently, not give them not even a little bit of my attention, you know, because overall, I'm a happy person. I'm on my business. I be on bother, baby. But sometimes when you just like notice, like, you know, just certain things, you just have to at some point just feel like you gotta say something, you know? But at the end of the day, like, F it, you know? Like, don't even bother. Like, why? Because I'm a peaceful, like, I live in peace. Like, I don't want to live in something that's not true about me. So just the fact that I'm even entertaining it, I would have handled that differently. And I'm glad I made changes even since then for myself. What surprised you about yourself this year? I feel like it's something, but I can't think of it. Well, I could say one thing that surprised me is me going through this pregnancy and me not wanting to know the gender at all. Like, I literally have the gender literally in my home, and I haven't had not one thought of like trying to peek at it or anything. So that's something that just, it made me realize how much of self-control that I've had. I've always known, like, in my life, I have like self-control when it comes to things, and that just made me even more like come to realization like how much self-control I really have, you know? So I guess that could be one thing. If there's something else I could think of, I will mention it, because sometimes, y'all, I be having so much stuff on my mind, and even if I cannot answer the question right now, doesn't mean I don't have an answer. It's just I honestly can't think of something in the moment. But that doesn't mean like I don't probably have an answer. I just can't think of something like right in the moment. You know? A moment that changed you. That's a good one. I definitely feel like I haven't been that like much like how I was before, like going out, always like getting dressed up for things. I feel like I've kind of stepped back a little bit from that, and I do feel like it has to do with like my like living situation, me having more than one child now. I just feel like I'm becoming more kind of like chill. So I do feel like I noticed some different things about me. Like, I'm outgoing, but I'm not that outgoing, or doing certain things that I used to do before, if that makes sense. What goal did you reach this year that you were most excited about? I could say I invested in myself. I took care of things that I've been wanting to take care of, or things that had got taken from me and that I was able to get back brand new. And yeah, I would say that, like, that is something, just basically invested in myself is like one of my main goals. So the fact that I took care of what I needed to take care of at some point, like, to me, I feel like that is like an accomplishment, something to be like excited about, you know? What's the goal you didn't reach and why? And why? That's a good one. I do feel like I haven't really did much as far as like career wise, even though I have like done my YouTube, which I'm into my YouTube. But besides from YouTube, like as far as like other investments of things that I could probably like start or would have like been further in, I haven't done that this year because I did have some things in mind that I wanted to start. However, that didn't work out, and I do have these things in mind a little bit maybe for next year, but honestly it's not like holding a strong weight in my head. I'm honestly just trying to really, because I had obviously some life changes this year, so now it's like I've been thinking like going into the new year, so I could say like going into the new year, I would like to really like, what is my next step plan, that sort of thing, and like how I want to go about it. But honestly, I don't know, like I like, I do think of great things. I just don't know exactly the order of when it would happen, if that makes sense. I'm gonna dig like more into that, like deeply leading up into the new year. What are 3 things you want to focus on next year? Definitely, I want to focus on getting, like, I'm not too set in stone, like living wise, but either way, regardless, I just want to I want to make it a priority just to like get my place together. I don't know, because like, I don't know, I just feel like some things I made more of a priority, like when it comes to like investments. And I just feel like as long as you have a roof over your head, that's just something to be thankful for. But I actually want to get more into like the designing of it, like the interior, like the decorations. Like, I want to show that side of me, because I want my kids at the end of the day to be able to say, no matter where we lived, my mom always had our place looking nice. She made sure we had the best childhood. And yes, I do my best to do great things with my children and everything, making sure they're taken care of. However, I want them to be able to come home to a home and be able to say like, wow, this is the best childhood home ever, or my room was like the best dream home or best dream room ever. You know, like, I want them to be happy coming home to something they can look at every day. And I just want my boys to like be able to like cherish, you know, like good things, knowing how to take care of things, knowing how to work for something, earn something. Like, I want to like instill those values in them. But that is one thing I'm excited about. Another thing is obviously like putting, you know, making sure that my new baby feels special and doing things for my new baby, things of that nature. It's just, to me, it's just gonna be an exciting experience overall, having a new, you know, bundle of joy coming into the world. So that's what also I feel like makes my life kind of do like a little twist and turn, because now it's like I'm having another child, you know. So life is going, I feel like it's going to look a little different now because of the, you know, like the change. And then another thing is I definitely want to take care of some like debt. That's a main thing I would like to take care of as well. And yeah, that's all I can say, at least for right now. What new habits do you want to start or stop? So a new habit that I just started recently, I want to say, is doing a chore list for like my kids, and even including myself, because us as moms, we have to, it's good to treat ourselves, you know, and like, instead of putting ourselves always last. So I like to involve myself like with my kids as well. So if they see like, oh, mommy's doing it, so we need to do it too, or this is what's right to do. So I feel like just becoming, I've always had like structure in a way, but not, if that makes sense. So I just want to be more grounded going into the new year, and raising my children, like just having more of like structure, meaning we're gonna have 1 hour, you know, to do chores. That's it. We're not going 2, 3, 5 hours doing chores. At least I'm gonna time it 1 hour to do chores. You have to get it done. When you get your chore done, I have to double check it, and I want to like be able to reward them and say, you did a great job. I want to instill these into my kids, because it's not that certain things wasn't being done before. It's just I may not have always been on top of it. So I'm holding myself accountable as a mother, and you know, like I mean in business, you know, if that makes sense. I mean it business this time around, because at the end of the day, I feel like it serves purpose in your life. When you're just at home, for example, just chilling or just living life, like what are you really living for? You know, like I like having a set schedule. Like in the morning, you know, you naturally wake up at this time, you eat breakfast at this time, or if you're going to work, you eat breakfast at work. But you know, at this time your kids go to school, and then this is when you want to do this, and this is when I want to always have my brain trained and always doing something, not just always looking forward to something to do, but actually have like a set structured schedule on an everyday basis. Not like, oh, we got something we're doing on this day, but the next day is just a chill day, you just do whatever. No, I still want it to be structured, you know, always having something to do, because it just, I feel like it just kind of like build you and guard you for like the world, you know, or just life period. And it's just, yeah, you want to have your life in order, and you always want to look forward to something. You know, I just don't feel like people should just not be doing anything with themselves. Like, what are you doing for your brain, your body, just your overall? And I feel like these are just good values to have, because, you know, you don't want to just do nothing, you know? You don't want to just do nothing. So, yeah, so I'm excited, because like I said, it's not like we weren't doing, or I wasn't cleaning before. It's just makes it just more so meaningful, you know? And I didn't realize how much like I was slacking in that regard. You don't ever want to feel like, I don't know, or maybe I could just be too hard on myself, but no, it made me realize like I'm doing good, but I could be doing greater, I could be doing better, you know? So it's all about accountability. Like, for example, me being pregnant, if I'm not going to do that many workouts, like, I've been on my mind, I'm like, been thinking like, I want to go for some walks, you know? I still want to be active, I want to be out in nature, you know? And I started doing that. I try to think of any kind of way to get me some type of walking in, or going for like a nice walk. Those are things like, and that could be a thing, could be because I'm not a teenager no more, I'm not in my early 20s no more, my body is changing, I'm on my third child. So I feel like, because I'm, you know, I'm growing, my body is changing, and maybe how I'm overall feeling and how I am, and I don't want that to change. I still want to be up, still want to be active, living in my purpose, and also being the best version I can for my children. Because if I'm not doing it, then they're gonna think it's okay for them to just do anything. So I have to set the standard. So that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to, as far as having like these habits, you know, because I'm not perfect, but I just realized how much of like slacking like there is in that, and I want better for that, or else you're gonna continue to be doing the same old thing every day for the rest of your life, and that's not me, baby. Like, no, I want to live life to the fullest, and I truly believe in that as well. How I'm planning to show up differently in the new year, and that's similar to that one. Just, you know, keeping my head up, keeping focused, of course, keeping grounded, staying prayed up, and doing something that I never did before, basically, meaning accomplishing something I never accomplished, let's say the last 2 years, or something I said I was going to accomplish last year, but I didn't get a chance to accomplish. At this point is I'm really trying to just get things, you know, straight. Like, you know, like I just want, of course I'm always going to strive for better, but I'm definitely going into the new year with, you know, a better or even better mentality, if that makes sense. Meaning business, but also I'm still praying for that guidance of how my life is going to be for the next year as well. Now this one is about like relationships. Which relationship grew the most for you? And this, for my eyes, I got some makeup on. This doesn't have to necessarily be about partner. I guess it could be about like anybody in my life. I could honestly say I didn't have really relationships this year. Like, I haven't really met really all that like new people. I mean, yes, I have met some people like through like social media, like wise, maybe if someone's commenting or something. Other than that, like as far as like meeting people like outside, like, I mean, of course, like you'll probably like do like social like speaking, but as far as like having like a communication, like maybe friendship or relationship, I haven't really had much of those this year, I don't believe. Now with my like family, the same still apply. Like, yeah, I talk to my like immediate like family throughout the year, but other than that, I haven't really had any close, like super close like relationship, like someone that is like really close to me, if that makes sense. I'm usually like here, and I'll be on my platforms. Like, other than that, like, I haven't really actually had like a real like strong bond relationship, as in like maybe seeing someone on a daily or something like that. Like, you know, I don't know. What's a boundary you set this year that made a difference? I like this one. I'm not settling if I'm like not happy, or if I don't like see the purpose in something, I'm not just gonna settle my worth or anything. Like, I just call it how I see it. I'm not even wasting my time with people, and I'm not even trying to waste nobody else's time. I'm not going to play with somebody, you know. So I've definitely set boundaries, as in like blocking people, and yeah, knowing I don't have to like mention anything. If I'm not into something, I don't have to do it. Or if somebody treated me away, or if I peep something from somebody, I cut them off. Like, that's literally something that I have done, and I'm proud of myself for that. I'm proud of myself. So one of the questions is, what helped your mental health the most this year? And I would say just basically just being a talker, like venting. Because one thing about me though, I never stayed down. Like, if I was in a bad mood, I never stayed down for too long. And I could honestly say I haven't really been through something really, really like scary or heartbreaking before in life. So, and I'm blessed for that. Because I just know if something was to ever happen, I would just be so torn. Like, I wouldn't even imagine. But I was just basically overall saying, like, if I'm feeling down, like, just get back up and happy again. But, you know, venting definitely, I feel like, helps me a lot. It helps me, like, get through whatever I'm feeling and so forth, like that, for sure. Something that I'll be leaving behind is just not dealing with anything that I don't deserve, you know? And, you know, I just want to continue to be the best person that I'm destined to be, and just continue to live in my truth, be genuine, overall genuine person, and yeah, just don't settle, really. Like, if I know, you know, if I want this for my future and I'm not getting it or anything, then why am I entertaining it or anything? And I don't have to rush anything. I'm just, you know, just continue to have patience and pray and live life. So, but yeah, it'll be definitely like leaving behind, I would say, is not entertaining things that is just doesn't serve me any good, and definitely not getting what I don't deserve in life, because I deserve it. I mean, why wouldn't I deserve it, you know, if that's something that I want in my life. So I just don't want to be played with or anything, and just meet like genuine people as well if I happen to come across people. But other than that, I just want to make great connections, and so forth. Something I'm manifesting, I would say just have great people just, you know, come into my life. People that I can learn from, people that I can, you know, maybe travel with, people that, you know, will care, you know, for my kids. Definitely, you know, just being overall happy. Like, I'm just manifesting happiness, more financial freedom for my family, stability, protection, guidance. Like, those are all things that I want for my family, and just get whatever that we deserve, pretty much. I want to be able to provide the best life for my kids. And not only am I just a lover, a giver, I would love for me to have that in return as well. And just to continue to have strength, be strong, because I do feel, you know, sad at times, and I want to be able to get through that. I want to be able to pray and get through that. And that's pretty much it about that. Like, I just always strive to just be truly happy, and whatever I'm missing, you know, that will be fulfilled at the, you know, it'll be fulfilled, but I have to be the one to, you know, it's really, I have the control. Okay guys, so that concludes this video. There was some like other interesting questions as well, but honestly, I'm not really sure how to answer, really, I don't know. But yeah, y'all, life is, you know, it's becoming a little different, interesting. Yeah. But thank you guys for watching this video. Show your girl some love by liking this video, hitting the post notifications, subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful year in 2026. Hope you guys are going to do the same. Looking forward to a great, blessed year. And yeah, y'all, I'm just only greatness from here on out. Really, like, live life, you know. And yeah, as you know, I'm going into the new year with a new baby. So yeah, guys, that alone, I have something to look forward to. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.